Hello YouTube. I wanted to sit and talk through a little bit of my book collection. I don't buy a lot of books. I like to curate a collection. And the way I curate that is through things that I've read, things that I've liked, authors that I have enjoyed. But over the course of my life, I have also collected a small collection of autographed books. I wanted to share those with you today and tell some of the little stories behind them because I think that they're interesting, but I also just want to share that just because you don't have the latest book haul from the big box store and you're not keeping up and buying the newest releases doesn't mean that you can't still curate a collection that has some value to you, because this has a lot of value to me, and your collection is going to look wildly different than other people's collections, but I just wanted to share and show off a little bit of mine. So attended a nonprofit fundraiser a couple of years ago, and I was invited to this fundraiser because I had commented and complimented that they were hosting a particular author at that fundraiser, and so I was very kindly invited. And so I was able to meet and then make a donation to the nonprofit, but I was able to meet TJ Klune, and so I had the privilege, and it was just a brief encounter, it wasn't like some big interaction, but I did get his autograph on The House in the Cerulean Sea, and it says here to Mehek with the signature, and then be like Lucy. And for those unfamiliar with the plot of The House of the Cerulean Sea, it's about essentially like a foster home evaluator who goes out and just evaluates, the foster home that these children are living in, and comes to find out that the children in this home are very unique. And The House by the Cerulean Sea it's such a joyful little read. I enjoyed it so much. I listened to the audiobook, so I haven't even cracked the spine of this one because I value it so much I don't even want to open it. But this is one of my collection, one of my prized possessions. Next this one is from 50 Million Rising, the new generation of working women in transition in the Muslim world. This was actually signed as like a faceplate a sticker that came with the book. And I got to meet the author of this. The author is Sadia Zahidi, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But one of the things that I did in my time in college was attend all of the visiting lecturers, as many as I could go to. So I got to see Janet Mock speak, I got to see Maya Angelou, I got to see Sadia Zahidi speak as well, and purchase a copy of her book. It was such an interesting speech that she gave, and I don't remember a whole lot of it. I just remember the evening being really interesting. This was well over 10 years ago at this point, but I do have a signed copy of her book. When I was in college, I also took a class in modern playwriting. I needed one last humanities or creative writing credit or something, and they had someone essentially be the person who kind of handled taking attendance and whatever, and called that person the stage manager. I had been a stage manager all through high school and stage managed shows, so I just volunteered. And this book was written by the professor, Sydney Hellman, and as a thank you and this is a book called Fish in the Moonlight, Growing Up in the Bone Marrow Unit. This is a autobiographical book about children on a cancer ward, and the book, I not only have the signature from the professor, the autograph, but I also have a sweet note here to Mehek, a wonderful stage manager. Thank you so much for what you've done for me and for your fellow students. And I just cherish this because it is easy to forget the impact that you have on people, but this professor did have a lot of impact on me, and the ability that he had to share modern playwriting and share written work, and I value this so much. And this is a really good book. It's been a long time since I've read it, but I remember it being very impactful. And then finally, because I'm going to be adding to this collection, I do have a small collection of signed John Green books. John Green will release the first printing of his novel as signed copies. So his book that's coming out about tuberculosis through history is actually, I've pre-ordered it, and that is a signed copy as well. I do have a copy of Turtles All the Way Down, and I'm trying to find this autograph on it because it does say, and I was very excited for Turtles All the Way Down to have a purple J scribble. I enjoyed that quite a bit. This purple is my favorite color. And then I also have a signed copy, and that's quite curious about these, is that Turtles All the Way Down has a sticker here that says that it's a signed copy. The Anthropocene Reviewed, it's on the cover. This is not a sticker, this is part of the cover design. It is a signed copy, and I have this is more of an eggplant purple, whereas that's a light purple, but this is also a purple J scribble, and I'm quite happy with that as well. So that is part of my book collection. I love the Anthropocene review. It's so good. I loved it. I loved it as much as I loved the podcast of it. And then reading Turtles all the way down, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I had to put it down so many times because it was kind of challenging to get through, but also really stuck with me and was quite haunting. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. I just, reading it again is going to be probably not something I pursue for a very long time. But that is all for today. If you liked this video and you like this content of curated book collections and me talking about the books I've read and the things that I like, you can find me at Mehek Naresh on Threads, here on YouTube, and on Instagram. You can find me on my Facebook page at Mehek Writes or my blog, mehekWrites.com. Bye.